Hello everyone, this is Venom, and we are back with another Palworld video. Today we're going to be going over a few things. I'm going to go over a few of the new items that have come out. I'm going to go over some expeditions, and I'm going to go over some of the new skills that have come out as well. So we're going to go ahead and hop right into this. Now, first things first, we're going to talk about these Pal Pods. Now, I've seen a few questions about how these Pal Pods work. In the previews, it kind of look like you put pals in there to heal. That is not how these work at all. These Pal Pods, they really just act like better beds. So right now in the top right corner, you can actually see the bed count I got is 23. If I go to break this down, you see it goes down to 22, then down to 21. These are basically just better beds. Now, I haven't gotten to do a whole lot of experimenting to see if dead pals will hop in there. It looks like they're still just healing inside of the pal box here. Here we go. I'm going to open it up here. Now, I do got a dead pal in here. Knocked out pal here. It's been in there for a few minutes already. You can see we got the pal pods up already. Oh, there we go. That one's in there. And you can see that he is still healing like normal, waiting to revive. So I did a lot of breathing alert. Here we go. He's still trying to heal like normal, waiting to revive. I have no way to actually put him into the pal pod. I'm trying to deploy him. I'm trying to interact with the machine. Nothing. This literally just acts like a bed. Now, it's a little bit misleading because it actually says in technology, if you scroll over it, that it's used for when pals are injured or to rest at night. It looks like it's going to work for pals that get injured who are actually working at your base. So this is not going to be for your normal knocked out pals. It's going to be for your pals who are injured who are actually working at your base. So if you think this is just going to work on any knocked out pal, unfortunately that is not the way it works. Next up, we've got the item retrieval machine. Now, we thought this was some kind of weird CAT scan machine earlier. Looking at this closer, it definitely looks like it's just an item retrieval machine. I mean, it's much smaller. It doesn't look like you stick a pallet here to put it in. In fact, you see a conveyor belt actually kind of going out. So what happens is when you put it down at the base and you open it up, you can actually see all the items stored in your base. So here, this is every item stored in my base right now. So you can scroll down and see everything I got. I got all these lotuses. I got all my skill fruits. I've got all these blueprints. It's everything stored here. And you can actually withdraw items and put them in as well. Now, this is a great machine if you just go ahead and toss down your boxes and you don't really care what boxes items go into because the machine's going to sort it on its own, then you're good to go. But I myself don't personally use it because I've actually got all my items sorted out by box. And if I were to toss an item into the machine, if so much as a single stone went into a box I didn't specifically want it to go into, I'm so OCD, the damage that would do to me, knowing that so much as a single stone piece was in the wrong box, it would be so severe, I would probably burn my base down and sort through the ashes to start over again. That's how OCD I am. A team of trained psychologists, a gallon of whiskey, and 8 concussions can't undo the damage to my brain that putting just the wrong item in a box is going to do to me. So for me, I don't use it because of my OCD, but for everybody else who does not have that crippling issue, it's going to be a great machine for you to use. Next up, we've got the Expedition Station, which is unlocked at level 15. This is an amazing item. Now, what this does is this lets you send your pals out 2 different cave systems depending on which tower bosses you beat. As you beat each region's tower boss, you actually unlock the ability to send pals out to these different areas. So right now, after I haven't beat the boss for Feybreak, I'm actually working on my final couple pals for that team for that fight, because I'm doing it solo. But I've unlocked everything up to the Sakurajima cave. So as you can see, if you scroll over each one, it tells you exactly what you can get out of each one of these, caves. So for the very first one, the grasslands, you can get pal manuscripts, that's for research. You get pal spheres, mega spheres, or palladium fragments, small souls, you get poultry, you get mutton, mushroom, cave mushrooms, and ancient civilization parts. And as you can see, each different cave has got different stuff you can get. Now, I'm going to kind of show you how this works real quick because it's not too difficult. It's really not too difficult. When you open it up, it's going to have a few things in here. It's going to have some requirements you're going to need. In this case, you need 20 water pals. And it's going to have a total firepower percentage here. And you can see it's a pretty high number, 375,000 total firepower. And for each pal you add to it, it's going to add to the firepower. And it's going to add what your reward percentage is going to be. And it's going to give you a timer. So right now, with just this one pal, I've got 21,000 firepower. And it's going to give me 5% of the reward. But I'm not really at the amount of firepower I need. And it also says I don't have the water pals I need. So I can keep adding pals on here. It'll tell me what reward my reward percentage is at, but I still don't have the water pals on there. So right now you can see I'm still adding in pals. I'm going to try to get up to 100% here. Bear with me here. So there we go. So right now I'm at 100% for the reward, but I do not have the required pals. I need 20 water pals to start this expedition. So if you don't have the required pals, you can't start it. Now the firepower is just going to give you or increase what your reward is, and then once you go past that number, it's actually going to decrease the timer here. So right now you see it's at 51 minutes is how long this expedition is going to take. I'm going to get 100% of the reward. And if I add more pals in, it's going to slowly drop the time down. But I don't have the required water pals. So to actually make sure I can do this, you need to actually add in those water pals. So we're going to go through. I'm going to find some water pals here. There's a Yormatide. There I'm at the 2 of the pals. Let's see. What else do I got here? I don't have too many more water pals left over. But it can be kind of a pain in the butt to go through and figure all this out yourself. What you can actually just do is hit auto assign, and it will automatically assign all the best pals you need for the expedition. So you don't got to worry about assigning things manually. That's what I was trying to do at first before I noticed the auto assign button. Click that. Not only will it assign the required pals, it's going to get the best possible pals to send out. And as you can see, it's giving me 100% of the reward, and my timer is down to only 8 minutes. Before it was 51 minutes, this is down to 8 minutes. So this is going to be really, really good to use. Now, look at the pals here and look at all the powers I got here. So right now, I got an Astagon here that gives me 89,000 firepower, okay? Now, let's take a look at what that Astagon's got. First off, it's level 55, and you can see it's actually a 4-star Astagon. Now, let's compare that to another Astagon. This one's only got 21,000. It's only a 2-star Astagon. They're both the same level, but the higher star pal is going to give you more firepower. In fact, this is level 2 here. Versus level 4, I've got more than 4 times the firepower because of that. I've also got some souls pumped in there. So the stronger the pal, the more firepower you're going to have. If we were to go to take a look at, say, this cow here, it's only got 532. So the stronger pals you got, the better this is going to go. Now, I'm going to go ahead and start this expedition here. They're going to go ahead and go out. They're going to move in automatically. You can kind of see the pals going in there one by one, which is kind of cool. Now, you can only have one expedition area per base, so keep that one in mind. Now, here I've got a second expedition thing set up here. Now, the problem is having more than one going is not really going to be too feasible unless you've got like 200 really good pals. Here, I don't even have enough pals to auto-assign to get sent out for this expedition. Now, you can switch expeditions to an easier one, so I'm going to go ahead and swap destinations here. I'm going to go to the grassland here, and this one will be a lot easier to set up. I can go to auto-assign here, and this one, I can send a bunch of these out, and it's going to be done no problem. But for the higher level expeditions, obviously you're going to want higher level pals. So for this one, I can send them out. I auto-assign it. There's no required pals for this one. It's just pure firepower. Go ahead and send them out, and I'm good. Next up, we've got the research stations. Now, the research stations were added in, and they allow you to research different buffs and bonuses for you and your pals, mostly for your pals in your base. They do everything from increase your kindling and watering, all the basic things that pals can do, and each one's actually got unique stuff to it as well. So, for example, for medicine production, the very first thing you do is you get the extra 10% medicine production, and then if you click on it, on the right side you can see the items you need to start the research. You click begin research, and then a pal that can actually do that will come over, if you've got them out on your base, by the way, will come over and actually will work on that research. So you actually need a pal with medicine production to do this research. And as you do it, it'll actually branch out. You can learn all these things. You get medicine production speed, for example. We got research speed for medicine production, so it'll actually increase the research for it. Now, there's also other things you can do as well. For example, here's my handiwork. I've got the most research done here. And you can see if you go down to level 3, it actually gives me additional spear crafting probability. So I got a 10% chance to make extra spears. You can see I got reduced material for armor crafting. There's a lot of different things you can check out here. Now, something else cool to add in too is that you can actually have down more than one research station. Right here we're back in my main base, and I currently have it set to research a handiwork speed +5. You can see I've got the one research station down, and I've got an Anubis here actually working on that right now. It's at 6.6. You can see I've only got the one station down at this base. Now we're going to go back to my other base, and I want to show you guys something. Now, as you can see, I've got these 5 research stations here. All of them are still set for the same thing. You can only research one thing at a time. Doesn't matter how many bases you got, whatever research you got going on, all your research stations are going to be set for that. So here I've got 5 research stations down. There's nothing here, but the amount's going up because the Anubis on my main base is currently doing that research. Now, we can have more than one research station going, though. So I've got these 5 stations here. I'm going to pop out a bunch of Anubises. So I got 5 out there, 4, 5. I'm going to set them to do the research. And they are all going to start researching this as well. So all of these Anubises are now working on the handiwork speed +5, and it is going by much, much faster now. So if you want to put all your spare pals down to do some research, you can. Now, this is not necessarily a new tip, this is an older one, but with all the new technology out, you are very likely, in fact I guarantee, you're going to be out of technology points. By leveling up, you cannot get enough technology points to unlock everything. That's for ancient technology and for regular technology. If you're out of points, you can actually get manuals, tech manuals, at the wildlife preserves. There's still 3. We got one here at the southeast on the map at 80 and -722. We got one on the west side of the map at -680, -110. And we got one on the northeastern side of the map at 660 and 636. Now go there, open up the chest, and you got a chance to pull out some tech manuals. You can get some that give you ancient tech points and some that give you regular tech points. So about every hour or so, go out there, check for those manuals, and you will eventually have enough tech points to unlock everything. So that's how you're going to get those extra tech points. Now finally, this is a website I'm going to link down below. This is a website showing all the different passive skills you can get for Palworld right now. I was correct. We got new passive skills, and some of these skills are direct upgrades to some of the passives we had before. So like I said before, if you were starting some breeding projects or you'd already started breeding, stop until Feybreak came out because we're going to get new passives, and I was right. Now, we've got a new tier of passive as well. Before, we just had the gold passes were the highest one. Now we have rainbow passes. Those are even rarer to get. And some of the passes we had before that were gold have been upgraded to rainbow. For example, Swift used to be gold. It is now a rainbow passive. Now, some of these are just downright broken, and they are very, very hard to get. And some of these can only be gotten from certain creatures. So, for example, Legend, you can get from 5 different pals. You can get it from Jetrigan, you can get it from Frostallion Knot and Frostallion, and you get it from Necromus and the Palladius. Right now, Invader is a new one. It gives you 30% increase in Dark and Dragon attack damage. You get that one from the Xenolore. That's the new raid boss. Eternal Flame, that one comes from Bahamut Ryu, 30% to fire and lightning attack. And then here's another one, Lucky. This is one that was already in the game. This got upgraded to Diamond. What else do we got here? I think those are the only 2 that got upgraded. But we got quite a few really good ones. Demon God is one that's really good. This is one I was able to get through a random mutation. I've been breeding into my pals. It gives you 30% attack bonus and 30% defense bonus to your pal. I'm sorry, 30% attack bonus and 5% defense. We got Remarkable Craftsmanship. For those of you who had Artisan before, this one gives you 75% work speed. Now compare that to Artisan that gave you 50% before. This is a direct upgrade to it. Now they should still stack, but if you only can choose one, Remarkable Craftsmanship is the one to go for. Now like I said, these are random. For the most part, there are only certain pals and certain skills you're going to get that are guaranteed, and those are these. It's going to be Legend, Invader, Eternal Flame, and Siren of the Void. Those are the only ones that are going to be guaranteed out of the rainbow skills. And then down here, you can see some of these others are also guaranteed. So we got Celestial Emperor, we got Lord of Lightning, Earth Emperor, Ice Emperor, Lord of the Sea, Flame Emperor, Spirit Emperor, a lot of Emperor stuff, Lord of the Underworld, Divine Dragon. Those are all guaranteed. And then down here in the regular passive skills, some of these other ones can be guaranteed on some of these other pals as well. Those aren't quite as desirable. Typically, you're trying to go for the gold skills and above. But like I said, if you were already working on breeding, it's time to go ahead and start over because we've got some better skills in here. Some notable ones to go ahead and go over. Actually, just all the rainbow ones are good, but Remarkable Craftsmanship is a good one. I'd say depending on what you're breeding in, either Siren of the Void or Invader are going to be a good one. I'm using Invader since I am a dragon trainer and I love darks, so I got Invader. Another one is going to be Eternal Engine. That gives 75% max stamina. And then one I haven't got to emerge yet is Vampiric. It absorbs damage you do and heals you. It basically does exactly what it sounds like. It heals you for the amount of damage your pal does. It heals the pal. And it also gives you the Nocturnal benefit. So this one is a direct upgrade. If you got this, you don't even need Nocturnal. Nocturnal just lets the PAL work at night. This does the same thing, and their attacks will heal them. So that's another one to look out for. Those are the only new ones that I can think of right now. Now, the rest of them we already had in the game. Some just got upgraded to Rainbow, but go ahead and check out this website. This will show you all of the different passives, and you got an idea of what to start breeding for. I've already gotten a few pals that have Demon God and what's the other one? Demon God, and I think Invader. That's the two that I got right now on some of my Dragon pals. It's a really good combination. So yeah, if you're a breeder, go ahead and get breeding. All right, my last tip right now, Hexalite ore is kind of a pain in the butt to get. It's all over the place, but it's really spread out, so it's hard to find a base to put down to auto gather the stuff. Now, everyone else has already put this same tip out, so I might as well go ahead and put it there too, but there is one spot on the map where 3 Hexalites spawn, and this is where it's at. Right now, it might have already been farmed up, but here on the map, I went ahead and put a base down. I put mine at -160 and -1428. 3 Hexalites spawn right around this NPC right here. So go ahead and put your base down there, and your pals will farm it up automatically. All mine are putting it right here into this guild chest. Like I said, I mentioned before, if you've got a base down where your pals are gathering things, they can put them in the guild chest. So you don't got to worry about stacking a bunch of chests around and then taking the items out and putting them in later on. They will stack them in this guild chest, and no problem. So go ahead and do that. And that is it for today's set of tips and tricks. I'm still discovering stuff every day. I'm checking Reddit, I'm checking other YouTube channels, I'm checking my comment sections, other comment sections. You'd be surprised where I'm finding some of these tips at. A lot of them discovering myself, but some, I'm finding people in comment sections that are saying, hey, check this out, try this, and I'm trying it, and a lot of this stuff is working too. So I'm going to bring you as many tips as I possibly can. I'm going to bring you as many outside resources as I can. So I'm going to be playing this for a while. I'm bringing you as much information as I can. So that is going to do it for today, guys. Thank you all for coming by. If you like what we're doing on the channel, please subscribe to it. If you liked the video, please leave a like, and I will see you all on the next one.